I hate injustice. I hate injustice. It's not right. It's not fair. They have no right to strap babies down and cut off part of their penis.
It seems like the penis has made a comeback, if you will. Male frontal nudity has made a comeback.
You can see here a lot of dicks.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about dicks, actually. Talking about dicks and dick sizes.
We love dicks.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry?
We love dicks.
Is there such a thing as a perfect penis?
Wow. That's a great question, and I honestly don't know the answer, but...
Man, that's big. That's fucking big.
This whole room's gonna have to get blurred.
The media has obscured our vision of what a dick should look like.
Big D energy all the time.
Let it all hang out, as they say.
Okay.
Oh my God, do you have a license for that thing?
Men can make decisions about their own body. You need to wake up, America. You can't hide the truth anymore.
He added a lot.
Oh my gosh.
It's really dangerous, and it is why my partner's not here anymore. There's an inevitable end. Where are we going with this?
Babies are all born intact.
Did you say men don't care? We do care. We're fighting back. We care.
As clickbait headlines warp our view of the world, I'm spiraling down the rabbit hole looking for the truth. On this episode, dicks.
Can you answer the age-old question, does size matter?
A new study has uncovered the dimensions of the perfect penis.
HBO's bosses were concerned about the male nudity in the show. If they're concerned about it, you know this must be bad.
There's been a lot of talk about penises in the zeitgeist recently. Between Euphoria's historic number of schlongs on screen, or the popular concept of big dick energy, I've been thinking a lot about dicks. Dicks are usually included in pop culture for a shock value, the dick. But whether it's about size or appearance, the veiny, the uncut, we seem beholden to certain beauty standards of what they're supposed to be. I wanted to understand if these standards have created cultural conflicts for men and society in general. So to begin my journey, I paid a visit to the sex toy maker Doc Johnson Enterprises to see what consumers thought about when picking a dildo.
We produce anywhere between 15 and 20,000 products a day out of this facility. So you'll see a lot of dicks all over the place here. Skinny ones, fat ones, big ones, veiny ones, not so veiny ones, uncut ones, strokers. We got a lot of different ones back there too.
The demand for dicks must be massive to keep up with this daily volume of fake penises. You know, of these, do you know which one sells the best?
Let's see, on this wall, it is this thin 7-inch right here.
Okay. You know, in pornography, you see all these dicks that are massive dicks. Those dicks don't necessarily reflect like the average size penis. And so when I see like, you know, dildos like this, I'm kind of like, that doesn't really reflect the average size. I guess it's all fantasy, but I'm curious to know, do you ever think about stuff like that like, these are clearly not for...
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, the buyer in this industry back in the day was men. Men were buying these products for women, for their wives, for their girlfriends. So what did we see in the beginning? Guys buying big product, right? Because there's that idea like, oh, a woman wants a big dick. She wants a big dick, she wants a girthy dick, she wants whatever it is, right?
The Master D.
Well, as more females started to actually enter the market and buy their own products, the size of the dildos went down to a more normal size.
I mean, that's interesting that, you know, guys would go out and shop for products for their significant other and they'd pick these big dicks. Why do you think they did that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, right? I mean, men are, you know, we're weird sometimes, and it might not just be like, I think this is what she wants, but it's like what I want her to use.
I wish I had a big penis, so therefore I would give her
I
the big.
wish my dick was bigger. It would it would be this big.
Yeah.
You know, and now I can fantasize, you know, that this is me.
How fascinating. Men are so obsessed with the bigger penis that they'd purposely buy their partner a sex toy that was bigger than their included parts. I wanted to see what average people thought about these not-so-average penises, but talking to people about dicks on camera posed an interesting challenge. So I created a bag of dicks, complete with some items to show a penis without actually showing one. Because we're not HBO, and we can't just show dicks all the time. And with my audience-appropriate props, I hit the Las Vegas Strip looking for people to talk with me.
What do you guys think the average penis size is?
Probably my size. I never seen one.
I know, but I'm pulling no witness, you know what I'm saying?
I've never seen one but mine. I was a wrestler, so I don't know. I saw a lot of dicks.
I'm not a stickler. I'm not a stickler.
Okay.
If it pleases me, it eases me, you know?
Is it possible to have too big of a penis? Yeah. If I gave you guys some Play-Doh, would you guys be able to make an average sized penis?
Okay, that's nice, I think.
Okay, all right. That looks like a joint, to be honest with you. That's a joint dick.
Do you guys believe in big dick energy? Is that a thing?
That's how I'm coming every time. I'm the Italian stallion, baby. I just knew when I walked in the room I was the alpha and I was hung. What's up? Fuck around and find out.
Clearly, there are a number of opinions about penises. To get a better understanding of how these opinions play out in the real world, I booked an appointment with the now viral Dick Doc of TikTok, who in addition to answering his audience's burning questions about penises, specializes in penis augmentation, using his preferred method of adding the patient's fat to the girth of the phallus. I had to ask the age-old question, does size matter?
There's about 5% of people that say size absolutely doesn't matter. About 5 or 10% that say size absolutely does matter. And there are normal sizes for girth and for length that most guys are in the range of and that most gals are comfortable with. The majority of my patients are in the middle, where they fall in the normalish range.
Why do you think these people who are seemingly normal come in here looking for more?
That might have something to do with the media and the things that we have been told are normal, acceptable, desired in society, and the things that people go through as they're growing up. Kids can be cruel, so guys have a feeling that they would always like to be more. We'd like to be taller, we'd like to have a stronger chin, we'd like to be more muscular.
Right.
We'd like to have a bigger penis.
Right.
Because people with bigger penises do better in life. I don't know that that's true. And the ones that you see in pornography are some of the extremes, and they're setting the standards for the rest of us.
Yeah.
It's like having a race car driver set the standard for what you're going to do with your old clunker.
Yeah, it's messing with our minds, right? It's making us feel insecure about it.
And my job is to help you be secure.
So, I have in my bag of dicks here, Play-Doh.
Mold it into what you feel is an average guy.
Or we're talking erect or flaccid?
Either.
So from what I've read, 5 inches.
Now let's see what a guy thinks 5 inches is.
Is this average? Is this above average, or?
There's 5 inches.
Oh, it's 5.5 inches. Okay.
Almost 6.
Almost 6.
Now you understand how the male measurement differs from reality.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about his girth?
Maybe the girth is.
So he is a little above average, so we can wheedle him down and show what the average male is by comparison.
Okay, that's about 5. I think
Okay.
it's a little wide.
I think he's a little wide still.
That's about
1 out of
5.
5. So this is your average pickle.
This is
your
not
average erect pickle. He's not a bad looking dude.
I mean, this works.
Colorful.
Yeah, colorful, blue.
Yeah.
It's one thing to read the numbers, as you said. It's another thing to be able to look at one and be like, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's about right. So if I were to come to you with something like this.
If they're in this length range, we usually tell them we can bring them up to a girth that's another 1/2 to 1 1/4 inches more.
Can you consult me on my
Okay,
on
so
my
let me-
pickle?
so stand up.
Okay.
Drop trowel a little bit.
Okay, here we go.
Let it all hang out, as they say.
Okay.
Oh my God, do you have a license for that thing? Turn your head and cough. Good. And just a little bit of fat here, but if we place a ruler here and we measure to the tip, we're gonna see that you're just about in a good range.
Okay.
A middle range.
A middle range. That makes me feel good.
So in the lingo, what we have is a circumcised phallus with no evidence of anything that would prevent us from doing enhancement if you so desire. It's all about creating happiness.
What is that? I'm sorry?
It's all about creating happiness.
What's ha?
Well, it's like happiness, but you can't have happy without a penis.
Oh, I see. Penis. Ultimately, I decided I was just fine with my size. But as I started to dig into finding people who had modified their penis, I found a corner of the internet where people had taken the modification to the extreme and had been injecting themselves with silicone to create massively large penises. Most people were unwilling to speak with me, but I finally convinced a person named Pupsheen to share their story. So what do you call this, the dungeon?
It just is, I guess, kind of what everybody referred to it as.
Oh, this is so, are you kidding me? This is so sick. What are you guys doing down here?
Yeah, this is it.
Wow. Do you you want to come show us around your dildo cabinet here?
Sure. Yeah.
Do you keep this locked?
Yeah, we do. Only because we actually rent out the space now too.
You rent out this space. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is technically a public space now.
Kind of, yeah. It's like
Okay.
a A B&B.
Can I touch one of these? Have they been cleaned?
These
or?
are all, they're all clean.
Okay, so what's the... Oh my God, what is this for? The little tentacle? These are crazy. Can I take these out?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is this thing for? This looks like something from Dr. Seuss. This doesn't even look like a dick.
I think it's supposed to be a horse.
It's a horse cock. Wow. I gotta take a video of that. I'm curious to know if you would mind, like, kind of doing a mock-up of your penis. Okay.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay. Is that gonna be enough Play-Doh, do you think?
Never. No.
Have you measured? Do you have the length on it?
I was just thinking, no, I haven't done that. I did weigh, and that came out to I'd say roughly 7 pounds.
Your dick weighs 7 pounds?
Just, the junk alone. Kind of become like a blob. There's no real keeping definition or shape once you've just added crazy amounts. It's not very flattering.
Wow.
Overall, it really increases the sensitivity to everything.
Did you always want to have a bigger dick, or was it...
So there was definitely this thrill in being the monster, really, now at this point.
You like that? You like being...
Kind of, yeah. The gay community can be pretty rough. So in a way, it was I want, more attention.
Can you have sex with this?
I can't penetrate anyone.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
But I kind of have always been a bottom. I call it being a bottom twice over, because you can actually penetrate me from the front.
You can penetrate the front of your penis?
Yep.
So people stick a penis into here?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's wild.
I've had people say that are bi that are it kind of feels like a pussy.
Can I see it? Is that all right? That is quite a bulge. That is. Oh my gosh!
So that's...
Wow! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That looks like another limb or something like that.
It kind of feels like it. Yeah.
So how much of this is your penis and what's your balls in here?
This is all penis at this point.
Wow. Wow. And so what have you done to your balls then as well? Have you also injected silicone into the balls?
Yeah, it was pretty much all over time.
Oh, wow. Wow. Can you get an erection still? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If somebody were to look into doing this themselves, they might have seen your page, what would you say to them?
At this point, I'm you don't really need the thing. Everybody wants more is more and bigger is better, but it's really dangerous for one. It is why my partner's not here anymore.
Tell me about that. What happened with your partner?
He added a lot. He was very much in the mind. He was Pup Max. We call him the maximalist, because always wanted to add more, faster, better, more every time, and ended up doing it in a way that was really crazy unsafe. And his heart gave out because it traveled to other areas of the body. With the amount of force, it went into blood vessels.
Did you ever kind of express concern beforehand, or?
I did that night. There's an inevitable end to pushing this thing too far.
Is this what you wanted?
I thought it would be a lot better. I don't know. I thought maybe some part of me would kind of, instead of being the super anxious person, get some real the big dick energy and be totally less so. And if anything, it's kind of exacerbated it for me. Because some part of me is kind of thinking about getting it removed. In all honesty.
Before we left Pupsheen, their roommate who goes by Fafa told us about his own penis augmentation project.
So I do foreskin restoration. Foreskin restoration is the act of stretching the skin of a uncircumcised penis to grow the skin and make it longer.
How do these devices restore your foreskin?
Yes. All right. Back to this. Back to the important shit. So you put your penis here. You push the plate as much as you can to stretch the skin, and then you lock it in place.
Have you restored your foreskin?
It's a work in progress.
Okay.
I think foreskins are beautiful. So when you feel like, oh, foreskins are beautiful, and I don't have one because I didn't have a choice in the matter, and this was a way for me to reclaim that. There's a terminology in the restoration community, KOT, keep on tugging.
As I found out, this tugging community was bigger than I expected. Back in Vegas, I met up with the owner of TLC Tugger, a foreskin restoration company that has serviced more than 50,000 clients. Would you like to demonstrate your device?
I'd be happy to.
Okay.
This is what I do.
Okay.
So I'm going to drop my drawers if you don't mind.
Okay, you're going to drop your drawers.
Unfortunately, I'm wearing layers and layers because then it happens to be like a 50-degree day. So here comes the nudity.
Oh, you're wearing one right now.
And I wear the retaining cone if I'm going to be far from home because I don't want to have to be reaching in my pants to put my foreskin back. You know, it's never an issue. I'm comfortable and secure. Let's add a weight. This weight is only 4 ounces. So that's going to dangle down my pants leg while I go about my business sitting at my desk.
Once again, I had Ron show me exactly how his device worked using items from my bag of dicks.
So we'll make the penis in orange and we'll make skin that's green.
Okay.
People don't realize that the foreskin that's removed becomes about 15 square inches in the adult. This is not an unreasonable facsimile of a foreskin. We'll wrap it around the old penis there. So the device goes against the glands, and the skin that can be forced to roll up over the glands gets also rolled right onto my device. And then the retaining cone goes over the skin, and when you pull on the cone, believe it or not, it doesn't slip loose. It gets gripped. And look,
Look, you circumcised your,
you
get circumcised
that's
again.
an undesirable outcome. If that happens, call a doctor immediately. Anyway, that's the rough idea.
That's a pretty good demonstration. I kind of get that from that. Okay. So what inspired you to first look into doing this at all?
Way back in 2000, my wife scheduled this beautiful romantic time for Father's Day, and I was having trouble finishing during sex. I'd have to work really hard at it. My wife would have to break out the dirty talk. And I had to start to wonder whether age was causing my genitals to be worn out and used up, and how could nature be so cruel? And since restoring, it's a lot easier. The whole experience is a lot more just sumptuous and relaxing. So it has made a big difference.
I asked Ron to show me how to put on one of his devices so I could see what it was like. I put this on the front of it here, correct?
You place the tugging device against your glands.
Okay.
And then you grip the rolled edge of the skin. There you go.
Oh, geez.
Well, like I
it's
say,
really back in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're turning yourself inside out, but that's all right. It's time to add your retaining cone.
Okay. Yikes.
Do you need me to hold your retaining cone?
Yeah, do you want to hold that retaining cone? I'm really going inside here.
You're doing good. Pull that skin forward.
Okay, we're almost, Jesus Christ.
I'm straining with you inside. I just want to reach out and help.
That might be a bridge too far, but, oh, okay.
Look at that.
Wow, okay, so now I
take
take
this retaining cone and thread it over the tugging handle without letting the skin slip out of reach.
Oh, it's very difficult, but let's see
it
here.
is.
Like that?
More closed.
Really receded back into there.
That's all right. I don't care if it's
Okay.
receded.
Oh, I guess so, kind of, yeah.
You're retaining.
Okay.
You're retaining.
After I demonstrated the device myself, Ron explained to me his unique marketing gimmick he deploys at karaoke bars, circumcision-themed parody songs.
Brian Wilson wrote, "Wouldn't it be nice" for the Beach Boys. I say, wouldn't skin be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to have a foreskin? Then there'd be less friction on my schlong.
As I sat impressed both by Ron's skill as a parody artist and a foreskin restorer, I reflected on how I had no idea that a lack of foreskin could cause sexual dysfunction. And in my mind, circumcision amongst Americans was fairly common and actually preferred by sexual partners.
And what do you think about, uncircumcised penis?
I know the ladies don't like it. That's all that matters, right?
They don't like it.
No.
Are you guys circumcised?
Hell yeah, my mom made sure of that.
Circumcised versus uncircumcised. Let's go down the line here.
Yeah, circumcised.
Circumcised?
Circumcised.
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 I don't know. You don't know? Okay. Why the preference towards circumcised?
Cleaner.
Cleaner.
Smells better.
Smells better.
It's not the best look.
Not the best look.
No.
So there's an aesthetic value to
Yeah.
this. Okay. Has anybody ever said like, oh, I wish you were circumcised or anything like that? Any of your partners?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've said
I
that.
think once or twice.
What'd they
maybe?
say to you?
Like it looked like a Cheeto.
Even the urologist for my sperm video, Dr. Kurgan, explained to me that he performed adult circumcisions for men whose partners prefer to cut penis.
You know,
As a joke, we call it the new girlfriend syndrome. When a guy never had a foreskin issue and their partner is just not too happy with the appearance of the uncircumcised penis and says, hey, can you please get that removed? So we do get those requests.
Wow. While circumcisions are still performed for religious reasons and for some rare medical conditions, I did wonder why so many children had undergone the procedure. I decided to call friends who recently had children to ask them if their newborns had been circumcised.
Did you get Lewin circumcised?
No, and Haley's family's Jewish too. Oh, that's very funny. We did not have August circumcised.
Nobody does it. It's a very American thing.
Well, Jesse's a girl, so no, we didn't do that. For me, it was like, well, I am circumcised and I don't know any other way. And so I was like, I feel like we should do it for him too.
While this seemed like a minor conversation for parents, it turned out there are a number of passionate anti-male circumcision groups known as int activists. I wanted to know more about why they had chosen this as their main cause, so I met up with one of the biggest int activist groups, the Bloodstained Men, in Las Vegas before they kicked off a multi-state tour.
Hello. Hey. Hi. I'm Zeke with Vice Media. Zeke? Oh. Yes. I'm David. David, Zeke. Nice to meet you. Hello. Here's, this is Brother K. Hello, Brother K. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I brought my uniform.
Oh, Lord, man. Oh, man. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Zeke from Vice Media, and look what he has brought. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a white suit. I'm going to introduce Zeke to everyone. I'm going to start on this side of the room. Zeke, this is Chris Vody.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
I've been an int activist for 42 years.
Oh, wow. And where are you based out of?
I live in Boston.
Okay, wow. So you flew a long way as well to be here.
I came out of the closet at the very beginning of 2018.
And he has a special message engraved on his arms.
What does MGM stand for?
Male genital mutilation.
Okay.
So I've been an int activist for 8 months.
Oh, wow. So this is really a cause that you've really...
It is.
This is my 5th tour.
Oh, wow.
Bloodstained Men.
Okay.
Yeah, and I dedicate my life to this.
You don't necessarily have a penis, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be like dedicated to this, but why do you? I mean, that's a lot of dedication.
Circumcision is an issue that affects every single member in our society.
The more you know, the more shocking it is.
From my understanding, circumcision is, it's good. You know, it gets rid of, it's got health benefits. It's cleaner. Is that true?
All bullshit.
All bullshit.
It's, I mean, literally bullshit with a capital B.
Well, what is,
all caps, bullshit. It's bullshit. It'd be like big tobacco telling you that smoking improves digestion. It's bullshit. American doctors are alone in the world in making such preposterous, irrational claims. The only men in the world who are circumcised are Muslims, Jewish, and American.
So what do you want? Do you want people to stop circumcising? You want them to be more informed?
Yes, all of the above.
Okay.
All the above. It should be a man's choice. You get one life. You get one penis. You shouldn't have to live with part of your penis cut off because your parents did that to you. Parents don't, it's not a parental right.
I agree.
Let me say this. You said I'm passionate about this. I hate injustice. I hate fucking injustice. It's not right. It's not fair. We were raised, I believed in that bullshit. I believed all men were created equal. Thomas Jefferson's Bill of Declaration. I believe that we have fucking rights. They have no right to strap babies down and cut off part of their penis. They just take it away from you, and they know you can't come after them.
We're going after them. Circumcision is a fraud. We're going after them.
Legal scholar and law professor. He just published that.
The way you talk about this is in terms of child abuse. I don't even know if nobody told me if I had never seen it.
Do you know the functions of the foreskin?
Tell me the functions of the foreskin.
In sex, it rolls back and forth over the...
Oh, we've got a prop. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
When a man enters the woman, the foreskin rolls back. But when you pull out of the woman, the foreskin then stays in place against the vaginal walls, and it reduces friction between the penis and the internal walls of the vagina. American doctors introduced circumcision in the 19th century to stop boys from masturbating, and it does work. Can I be blunt for your audience?
Absolutely.
It's been compared to having a little pussy on the end of your dick.
Okay, that is very blunt.
What man wouldn't want that?
All right.
After an intense conversation about why they're so passionate, Brother K helped me make a pair of their iconic bloodstained pants.
Do you pick a certain shade of red that you like?
You know, it's just a bright red. What's that say?
Real red. This is shocking. That's your point, though. You want to shock people.
Yeah,
You want to get people's heads turning at you.
I call us the shock troops of intactivism.
Okay.
Let's do yours.
Okay. Oh yeah. There's some bloody pants there.
So this is your stain now.
Okay.
You own it.
Okay.
So do your thing.
Well, I don't want to be too crazy.
Well, it's better to go big than small.
That's right.
That's looking good. That's looking good. Okay, I think you got it.
Okay. All right.
After the pants had been blown dry to reduce dripping, it was time for my big reveal as a bloodstained man.
What do you think? Does it work? Does it work? My blood stain? Bloodstained men approved. What is this represent? Oh, okay.
This is just like in your face America.
Okay.
We're here. We're protesting. You say men don't care? We do care. We're fighting back. We care. It matters to us.
We're winning.
While I understood the passion of the bloodstained men, I decided not to wear the pants the following day at their press conference in front of their new billboard to avoid appearing biased towards their cause.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bloodstained Men press conference at the Las Vegas billboard. We are pleased to be here. It is my honor to introduce you to the president, CEO, co-director, and planner of Bloodstained Men, David Atkinson from Boston, Massachusetts.
Childhood foreskin amputation is cruel, worthless, and harmful. We are here to warn Americans.
As the bloodstained men began their press conference, I realized I was the only person there from the press.
Let's have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was just a powerful, powerful speech. Let's see if any of the gentlemen of the press have any questions.
Zeke Spector, Vice Media. Why do you think none of my colleagues from the media decided to join me today?
Because nobody wants to talk about penises, and nobody wants to talk about damaged penises.
We need to quit cutting healthy tissue off our baby boys.
Oprah Winfrey is making a fortune off of stolen foreskin.
Men can make decisions about their own body.
Fucking Metallica!
I thought this was a prank. I don't even know what to say.
I thought this was a joke, like a show with the pants and everything. Man, this shit crazy as hell out here, man.
You want to walk around and join us for a couple minutes with the signs? I'm going to get this on live here.
Cutting infants is wrong. It is wrong. Yep. It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
It's supposed to be there. It's like your eyelid. You don't rip off your eyelid, right?
Circumcision is evil.
Some of the rhetoric on the signs here is rather intense. I believe there's one that says that circumcisers should be jailed. Penis cutting is a sex crime.
It's rape.
When I read these signs, I think about my parents who, opted for me to be circumcised. Am I supposed to read these signs and think that my parents are bad people?
I do have a lot of sympathy for parents who have been misled by the medical profession who they should have been able to trust. They think they're doing the right thing for that child.
Thank you, gentlemen of the press. Thank you for being here.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
As we left the bloodstained men, I began to think about where we started and how the hell I ended up here. There's certainly a lot of questions about dicks out there. How they're supposed to look, how big they're supposed to be, but the truth is that everyone is different. And unlike the rest of our bodies, like our faces or our hair, we don't see penises because they're hidden. They are our private parts. And just like models in magazines, the penises we do see in pop culture have been curated. We are shown the most extraordinary versions of a body part that is, if I'm being perfectly honest, not that aesthetically pleasing in the first place. It's important to realize that normal penises will probably never get the attention they deserve, and that's okay because
it's not how deep you fish, it's how you wiggle the worm.
I do love my Cheeto, okay?
I love my Cheetos well.
Hey, man, every Cheeto is important. It's all good, guys. It's all good.